All right, well, let me move on then. I got one more storyline from a single episode storyline from Dynamite. So this was angle number 11 in our review post. If you guys want to go check that out, it's in the description. A link to it is in the description below. So I'm going to go down to storyline number 11 as we skip through all of AEW Dynamite real quick. All right, so here we are. It's Mariah May beats Mina Shirakawa to retain the world title, and Toni Storm returns. So, what programs are involved in this? Okay, so Mariah May and Mina Shirakawa obviously have a long-standing saga. Mariah May, Toni Storm has returned, so obviously that includes Mariah May and Toni Storm, and then the three of them together. Although I guess they didn't really have any moment where they all three of them really, but there was a love triangle between Mariah May and Toni Storm and Mina.
Yeah, yes, as they had previously all kissed or something, right?
Right? But I don't know if I really should include
like a little smooch.
I don't know if Mina's going to be involved in this, so maybe I'll take this off. I'll erase this as time goes on. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think she will be going forward.
Okay, but regardless, this is Toni Storm's big return. But let me go through a couple of pictures from the world title match, the AEW Women's World Title match. So I was kind of excited for this. I like Mina. Mariah May, I'm not as excited for, but
Yeah.
I mean, I thought this was going to be a fantastic match because, dude, when you listen to the Wrestling Observer Radio for years, all I heard from Dave Meltzer was like, well, the best promotion I think is actually Stardom. When you think about Mina Shirakawa, and I've heard these names and I've heard of these people for a long time. I'm like, all right, Mina Shirakawa versus Mariah. I'm like, this is gonna be a good match. Put out all the stops, let's do it. But honestly, I thought there would be more. I thought there would be more fire in this match. Honestly, I thought it would be more intense, especially considering the betrayal and everything. I didn't think there was enough.
That's true.
Spark in it, I think it was just
there wasn't enough juice.
Yeah, it felt kind of like a normal match to me, so I wasn't really super inspired by it. Here's Thunder Rosa. She was in the crowd because supposedly she's next in line, from what it seems on the storylines on.
I'm not sure how she got next in line, but okay, yes,
Collision.
I did realize.
You gotta watch Collision, baby.
I do know that she's going to be fighting Mariah May at World's End for the title. That much I got. It's some sort of disqualification, Tijuana death match or some shit. What the hell did you say they're gonna be doing?
I don't even fucking know, honestly. I skipped through Collision, but I didn't really hear that exactly. But anyways.
She said that. Yeah, she said
okay,
that.
All right. But for this match, Mariah May won the match. I think it was a pile driver. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I remember that correctly. But okay. Yeah. So Mariah May with the win. Post-match, enter Toni Storm, dressed up as the old Toni Storm.
Yeah, not the aging
timeless
star,
Toni Storm.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a bit of a surprise to me. I mentioned in my comments on our post that because I heard news that Toni Storm retired, and I was like,
that's nonsense.
I don't see why not. These girls are millionaires now. Why would you, if you have millions of dollars, why would you want to wrestle forever, dude? It's painful on the body. I believed it. I believed that she retired. So they got me. They swerved my ass. But she returned. Timeless Toni Storm retired, and Toni Storm is back. So, okay. And here's a picture of Thunder Rosa saying, what the fuck on her sign. So they had her out there with signs. Kind of amusing, but okay. Reviews.
Who is she, Lodi?
That's some reference, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a real wrestling reference right there.
Ravens baby. Flock. All right, so this is our last angle of our day before we move on to honorable mentions. Not too much in today's show. I wanted to make it a quick show, but okay. So half thumbs up from Vlad, half thumbs up from me. I didn't think it was that earth-shattering, groundbreaking. It was a surprise to see Toni Storm come back, but I wasn't too surprised. You know what I mean? And then Robert the Frozen Asian, thumbs up. Knowing him, it was probably just because of the girls involved looking good or something. But, okay.
I would assume so.
My comments. My comments is basically what I just said, everything I just said. Okay, so do you have any extra comments you want to make about Toni Storm's return or the match in general? whatever you think. You have the floor.
I think I don't care about the match. Toni Storm coming back was cool. I think that's the only reason to give it a half thumbs up. I think Toni Storm is the best women's wrestler in AEW by far. But I think now that she's back to her original gimmick, I think it's better. I think that timeless stuff played itself out. Like, they just went too crazy with it, and then it just kind of got a little too ridiculous. But she's really good. She's a good in-ring worker, and has the best understanding of, like, character and whatnot. So I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, obviously she's going to feud with Mariah well, I guess it won't be this, because, I guess it'll have to be into next year. So it'll be start next year, because she's not getting a title shot at World's End. You know that. So it'll be something next year. But I'm happy that she's back. I'm happy that she's returned. And she's probably the one bright star in the women's division as far as I could tell. So, yeah.
Well,
cool.
Let me get your comment on one thing in particular that has made news, is that I heard through the grapevine that a lot of the local or the wrestlers in AEW, the women's on the roster, were perplexed as to why Toni Storm's return match came on Rampage on Friday night. So this was Wednesday, and this past Friday she fought on Rampage, the biggest star against Harley Cameron.
Did she fight on Collision too?
And she fought on Collision too against the local talent. So I forgot what the name of the local talent's girl was, but she fought against Harley Cameron on Friday, and then local talent on Saturday. Big return of Toni Storm. And then, so I think I heard through the grapevine, I can't give a source exactly, but that a lot of wrestlers were like, why would you do that if this was like such a big star coming back? You know,
a lot of AEW wrestlers are just like, or no?
AEW wrestlers. No, AEW wrestlers. AEW wrestlers, like, this is getting, like, fed through the grapevine that insiders are hearing that AEW wrestlers are perplexed at Tony Khan's, like, just booking style. Like, why would you put... Last week, Rampage got 125,000 viewers, which is basically like TNA Impact level.
Sure.
But they're on TNT. And you're putting Toni Storm on that show where no one's going to watch after she's just come back. You know, so do you have any comments on how Tony Khan books?
Dude, I need to be sitting at a therapist's office with him and Sigmund Freud to understand this type of booking. No, look, I think he doesn't really. I think the thing is, for him, he used to book out of a chat room, or he wrote stuff down as a fantasy booker, and to him it's all just a game. Like, he doesn't understand. Like, you can't just use your best wrestlers and put them in these shows that nobody watches as their return matches, you know? I mean, that's not the way it's done. I mean, unless you really have no plans for Toni Storm and you just want to get her some wins for now, that's fine. It seems like they don't really have a specific plan for her for the next couple of weeks, because she's not going to fight Mariah. We already know that Thunder Rosa is. So what is she going to be doing? I guess she might as well just...
She's going to be fighting on Rampage and Collision.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying she might as well just wrestle the local girls, the local job girls that they found from wherever the hell they were on Collision. No, I don't understand. You know what I mean? And there's no explanation for it, and I don't understand the thinking. Like I said, I need a therapist just to deal with Tony Khan.
Could it be possible that last week he saw the abysmal ratings from Rampage? 125,000, and he's like, you know what? I need a boost. I need to put something on there that people are going to care about. You know, maybe people were hearing, oh, Toni Storm's going to fight on Rampage.
Yeah.
Let's see what the ratings are. Maybe it's going to, you know, boost up the ratings for Rampage, Toni Storm.
Come on, bro. I mean, okay. I mean, maybe it will be more than 125, but I mean, it's not going to be. What did they usually get? 200,000? I mean, what's the usual number? I don't even know for that show anymore. But the point is, like, if he really cared about Rampage, he would have cared about it a while back and actually tried to make it a show. Now, isn't Rampage going away, though? Like, isn't that the one show that's actually also disappeared?
I think, from what I'm hearing, it's the end of the year, it's gone.
So what does it matter?
Well, you got to go out with a bang, baby.
I mean, we're talking about like what they're going to do for Rampage. Rampage is going away at the start of the year, so who cares? That's even more nonsensical. That's even more nonsensical.
They don't want to end the show at 125,000 viewers. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, you're right. They're gonna end it. They're gonna end it with a lower number. Just watch. Just wait for the next couple of weeks. They're gonna end it with like 100,000. That's my prediction.
All right. I was gonna mention something from SmackDown on my last honorable mention, but I was catching Collision a few minutes ago before we started this show because I was just trying to like get through everything for the week, and I saw a couple of things that freaking caught my eye that were really weird. Yeah. So I gotta get some comments or opinion on this shit. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Please. Let me pull up my Collision thing. So, all right. So Mark Briscoe. I don't have any clips from this match, but he got a win over Kyle Fletcher in the fucking Continental Classic tournament. What the fuck is up with that, dude? I mean, is that fucking weird to you or what? I mean, I know there's Tony Khan weird booking, but Kyle Fletcher, who just beat Will Ospreay, I thought he was going to win the Continental Classic, and then here he is taking a clean loss.
Yeah, but he still could win the Classic. I mean, he could
still win, but come on, dude. Maybe a time limit draw, because this almost went 20 minutes. Give Mark Briscoe a point.
He won the last, like, right at the last minute. That's what I remember.
But Kyle, that's egregious booking to me.
Well, I think what he's trying to show with this thing is that like all these guys are, for the most part, equal, and anybody could win this thing, and that's why, like, it always comes down to.
You don't want to do that with Kyle Fletcher, dude. After you've worked so hard to build him up, like, taking a clean loss. Clean losses matter, man. I know. This is my argument, my worst argument about AEW. Clean losses matter. Don't bury people. But all right.
Well, but I mean, he's already. I don't know. I don't think this completely.
Maybe it doesn't bury him because it's on Collision and nobody's going to see it.
Well,
so
that's true too.
Okay,
that's a good point. Too. But no, I don't think that was as like outrageous as some of the other stuff that Tony has done. So, but yeah.
All right, last thing. Death Riders. They kidnapped FTR. So that was the conclusion of the show. I mean, of Collision.
Well, yeah, it was weird because on Dynamite, I believe FTR said they were going to call them out for a fight on Collision, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, that never happened until the very last fucking minute of the show when FTR was walking. Yeah, they were leaving. I guess
they were never going to do shit. They were never going to even call them out.
Yeah,
they were just going to leave.
Here's FTR just fucking walking down to the end. Like, why was FTR even there? They didn't even do anything on the show. And then they got ambushed by Death Riders, and that's that. Yeah. All right. That's the end of the show, Vlad. That's the last thing I had to say. That was also very weird and strange.
Well, it was weird the way they did it because they put bags over their heads, and what are they planning to do with them? It was not just a beatdown, right? They were going to drive them off somewhere, or it was just a beatdown. I don't know. I don't know what they were planning to do. Why did they need to put bags over their heads like that?
I mean, I assume they're gonna take them somewhere and.
So right, that's what I assume too.
Torture them. Or something.
There's been plenty of tortures in AEW. I mean, the torture is watching the shows. Honestly, that's the true torture. But yeah, I don't know, bro. Yeah, this whole Death Rider.
We wish there was a little more logical sense to these type of things, but a little bit better. Like I don't know. Like
it was just a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, this should have happened in the ring. If they called their ass out on Dynamite, they should have went to the ring and be like, all right, well, we called your ass out. You guys coming out here or what? And then have the thing. What the fuck was this?
They just want people not to remember anything and just show random stuff. I don't know, bro. I don't know what to tell you, but I still say the only one that's really getting over in this whole thing is Mariah Shafir. She's the one that's going to be made to look like a superstar. They're going to soon have no choice but to put the title on.
All right.
I'm telling
Vlad, with that being said, that'll conclude this episode of This Week in WWE and AEW. Okay, I mean, there was other news in wrestling. Tessa Blanchard has returned to TNA.
Yes, I saw
but
that.
I have a whole separate TNA show I do, so I don't really know if I should discuss that here or wait till I get there. But I don't know. Did you want to make at least any comments on that? Any quick comments on just Tessa Blanchard coming back to American wrestling?
North American
No,
wrestling?
I really don't want to make comments about controversial things.
Is it controversial that she's back in overall?
It definitely is very controversial. I think a lot of people have been kind of rekindling everything that happened, reminding everyone why she had a controversy ever since she came back, which was on Friday at Final Resolution. And
I don't know a lot about it, but I do remember a few things, specifically other women wrestlers talking about how she just mistreated a lot of the other women wrestlers.
Yes. She was a bad woman. Okay. And
specifically, I remember Chelsea Green mentioned
Chelsea Green, Isla Dawn. I can't remember many others, but there's a lot of examples. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think you have to like someone to work with them.
No.
In wrestling or anywhere, really. And I think she could make you money, and that's all I really care about. But although that's, I don't know, a lot of people actually do care about the personal stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to get along. You want to somewhat at least get along with people you work with, like coworkers, right? But it's not always a prerequisite. It doesn't always happen that way. Some people are not going to see eye to eye or get along and whatever have you. So it is what it is on that front. I don't know the full story of everything that she's done or what the truth behind it, but I have been told that she is a talent and she has star potential, right? Would you agree with that, Ken? That she has star potential?
Oh, people said before the controversy started, she was tapped to be going to WWE and to main event WrestleMania against Charlotte Flair, like two of the Four Horsemen, two of the children of the Four Horsemen. They were going to, but she was that good, and she was the Impact World Champion. They made her the World Champion.
Yeah, I remember that, right? Oh my God.
Which was fine, right. I guess, but
I don't know. That's a questionable thing. That's a TNA thing. I think TNA was just trying to be controversial there.
I mean, her work was fine, and the match with Sami Callihan was a good match, in my opinion. But regardless of that, the only reason she's back, really, is because TNA is losing Speedball Mike Bailey, Jordan Grace, and probably Josh Alexander sometime soon. And they're going really well.
Where, to WWE, or where are these people going?
I don't know where they're going. I think Mike Bailey's going to AEW, from what I heard. Jordan Grace is going to NXT. And Josh Alexander, I don't know where he's going. So
is Josh Alexander the guy that wears the old wrestling?
Yes. That looks like a wrestler, an amateur wrestler. Or whatever.
Amateur wrestler, yeah. Him I've heard of as well. I heard he's okay. He's not bad.
Oh, he's really good. And those are three solid fucking wrestlers they're losing. So they need somebody. And I think that's probably the reason why they went back to Tessa Blanchard. So that's all I know.
Okay,
anyways,
interesting.
That's your little dose of TNA. But I do cover TNA on a separate show here on this channel, This Week in TNA. So there's a playlist for that if you want to go to that. Every week I try to review Impact by myself, of course. No one's going to do that.
No one would dare. No one would want to. There's the unfortunate problem of it.
Okay, let me do some plugs before we get out of here. Subscribe, obviously, the YouTube.
Yes.
Any storyline from an episode of any of the American wrestling shows that we don't get to on this show, we don't have time for, go to our YouTube posts and we will cover all of them, okay, in our posts. So there's that, and then also I'm missing something. What else am I missing, Vlad? the TNA show, the posts, subscribe to our YouTube. I think that's pretty much it.
I think that's it, man. We just
latest videos. Yes, go to our latest videos. Also, if you want clips from the show, from this podcast, I try to post the clips of basically, like, for example, last week's Raw. Anything that I reviewed from that, I'll try to post that before the next Raw. So look for that on our latest videos. So that's how I do it.
Wow.